Hello everyone, welcome back to another Train Sim World 6 video. Today we are back on the East Coastway Remastered route, and we're doing a run in the quote-unquote new Class 377-3. I say quote-unquote new because it's just a slightly adapted model of the Class 377 that we already had in the game, and with the most noticeable change being one less car in the middle, and the older headlight clusters at each end. So we're doing a run from here at Brighton down to Seaford in the 377-3 timetable. So let's get moving. And this train, I should mention, only comes as part of the 171 and 377-3 pack. Day running. I'm also using live weather, using the mod, of course. Yeah. And if you're wondering why does this thing doesn't have the Armstrong powerhouse sounds from London Commuter, it's that they Rivet didn't have permission to use it, so they just used the original 377 sounds from the original East Coastway, which I've heard are more accurate than the Armstrong powerhouse sounds. So yeah, we're doing a full run from Brighton to Seaford today. Let's see what other trains are about. We've got a 700, we've got a Gatwick Express, yeah, and another 377-3, nice. I do like having Thameslink and Gatwick Express AI at Brighton now. I actually didn't play the original version of, doesn't let me do the DRA using the page down button, interesting. But I do have a speed set, okay, that's good. So yeah, we're stopping today at Brighton, London Road, Bullscombe. I probably badly mispronounced that. Falmer, Lewis, Newhaven Town, Newhaven Harbour, Bishopstone, and Seaford. Oh, I forgot to get the safeties on. Oopsie. Where's TPWS? There it is. Oh, wrong way. Let's open the window. Next stop, London Road in 960 yards. I've been enjoying the East Coastway Remaster. It's not the best, but it's not as good as the Great West Express Remaster, I should say. There are some notable bugs, but I have been enjoying it.
Newhaven Town, Newhaven Harbour, Bishopstone, and the next station
comes to 700.
Road.
As the announcements do work, but there are a couple of bugs with the 377-3. There are only there's no guard mode doesn't work, like literally isn't simulated at all, and despite the class 171 having guard mode, and on top of that, the AI have their headlights on at the wrong end. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it's still a lot of fun. Of course, at this time it would have been prototypical to have the class 313 doing the Seaford services, but I haven't gotten onto the 313 yet, so yeah, I'm looking, which I do have that DLC, and it got, updated. So I am looking forward to that. Yeah. 300 yards. I hope we get the Brighton Main Line remastered next, because that's such a busy route, and we need Thameslink stuff on there. Excuse me. Put up the window.
This train is the Southern service to Seaford, calling at Moulscombe, Falmer, Lewis, Newhaven Town, Newhaven Harbour, Bishopstone, and Seaford.
I do like the announcements. I do like the announcements on the 171 and the 3773. Apparently they're quite similar to the announcements in real life that Southern used, so fair play developers for that one. This train does this have trade faults? I don't know. I don't use trade faults, so I don't remember. But it definitely does have dynamic suspension and everything else that you would expect from a modern release. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Meant to... Alright, let's do a quick launch. Oh, I was going backward. Come on, stop wheel slipping. No. Stop wheel slipping. Oh wow, the sound is really loud. Wow.
Service to Seaford, calling
Stop
at Malmesbury,
wheel slipping.
Falmer, Lewis, New Haven Town, New Haven Harbour, Bishopston, and Seaford. The next station is Malmesbury.
Molescombe. Okay, that's how you pronounce it. Rather exotic spelling, that's for sure. Stop wheel slipping. I'm using the sander, and it's still wheel slipping. Okay, we are getting up to speed. So yeah, the 171 just basically does Brighton, Lewis, Polegate, Eastbourne, and back, like a semi-fast service. Because yeah, it becomes a local after Eastbourne on the unelectrified section to Ashford. But yeah, the 377/3 only runs the local stuff down to Seaford. This will actually be my first time on the Seaford branch. Right, speed and power, please. This thing is very powerful, I must say. I do like the throttle lever sounds. Very nice. I must say, paywalling the new timetables behind the 171 pack was not the best decision in my opinion. I know it's what TSW does, like paywalling new timetables behind new DLCs. Like, I can think of a ton of DLCs off the top of my head that do that. But, yeah, it's definitely annoying. But, yeah. I'm still enjoying the heck out of the East Coastway remaster. I think there are some definite patchy bits, and I don't... with the scenery and stuff, and bugs and things like that, but... this is a pretty excellent DLC. And I hope it does get the patches that it deserves, because I think one of the pledges that Liam of Grub Dog Games has made is keeping these DLCs updated as it going forward. Welcome to Molescombe. Looks like it should be pronounced Molescombe, but it's just Molescombe. Why do British stations have these really weird names? We are running late. Sander on. Notch 2. Next stop, Falmer. Come on, speed and power. Yeah, look at it. It just wheel slips all over the place. I don't know if that's prototypical or not, since I'm not familiar with the 377.
Falmer, Lewis, New Haven Town, New Haven Harbour, Bishopston, and Seaford. The next station is Falmer.
Come on. This thing is so slow. Alright, there we go. Now we can get some speed going. If I remember driving the Class 375, a close relative of this train, in the rain, and I could use Notch 3 to go without wheel slipping, even without using the sander, but this, anything above Notch 2, it's like, no, I don't want to do that. Right, let's actually get the speed set going, because that is a feature on this machine. Come on. Oh, dang it. I forgot to adjust it before turning it on, so it's now thinking, oh, I'll just... yeah. I do like the dynamic suspension, that is quite nice. Yeah. I think the speed set is only really used in real life for depot moves, but I just like using it, it's a good feature. You don't find cruise control on too many British trains, whereas on German trains, you'd be hard-pressed to find a German train without a speed set. And the only yeah, like pretty much anything that that runs on electric overhead power is it has a cruise control system, but in Britain it is a bit of a rarity. The only train with cruise control that I can think of that's coming up for Train Sim World is going to be the Class 90 freight locomotive by Alan Thompson Simulations, which I'm not going to pick up because there are some major ethical questions around Alan Thompson Sim and treatment of employees. I'm not going to elaborate further, but yeah, there are credible accusations out there. That's all I'm going to say. Which I'm sad about because Alan Thompson makes some decent stuff. But yeah. Alright. Yeah, we're late. Just because we're struggling so much to accelerate. I do like the low horn cap reverb. That's very nice. Falmer. I do like East Coastway because the other two British third rail routes that I've got, namely the what is it? The Brighton Main Line and Southeastern High Speed are very busy, but this has a more, like, you know, nice atmosphere.
7, service to Seaford, calling at Lewis, New Haven Town.
I do like the live weather. It's a nice change from the still broken dynamic weather that has been fixed in 3 years. And we're on a 1% grade. Speed. Next up, Lewis. And I know it looks as though it should be pronounced Lewes, but it's Lewis, actually. Yeah. Some of these British pronunciations. I do like East Coastway. It's a bit short, but I do like it driving on.
Service to Seaford, calling at Lewis, New Haven Town, New Haven Harbour, Bishopston, and Seaford. The next station is Lewis.
I do like doing the Brighton to Seaford run because... Come on. Gauge the power, please. Thank you kindly. Is that a... I wonder what version... Okay, it's a 3773. Let's see if I could get, like, a little shot here. Yes. Like, framed by the bridge, too. That looks pretty nice. See what I meant about the AI 377s being bugged and having headlights on backwards? Yeah. Yeah, let's take that. That looks pretty decent. Come on, notch 3. Nope. Yep. This really, and the sander doesn't seem to do anything. It's like you can press a button and it makes a noise, but it doesn't do anything. Come on, speed. Tunnel. One thing that is lacking in this remaster is lack of tunnel reverb. Oh goodness, that light is so bright. No, exit. Can I please change? Oh, I can turn it off. There we go. Don't need it, so I might as well turn it off. It is blinding. Right. Right, let's just put the speed set up a bit. 70 miles an hour. And switch it on. Put the speed down. There we go. Yay! So now we're running with the speed set, which is very nice. A little bit of fog coming in. Hopefully that won't ruin the view too much. Yeah, this little cutting bit is probably the worst bit of scenery. There's a lot of flat grass texture and no three-dimensional assets, just flat two-dimensional texture that doesn't look too good. Yeah. I hope this can get fixed. Like, it's not... Like, this route's not my favorite, but I do like it, and I really hope that it can go up to its full potential. Like, I would love to see this route eventually get extended to Ashford, but since it's pretty old, I doubt that's ever going to happen. There's only been route extensions in a few very specific cases. Think of Southeastern High Speed or Dresden to Leipzig. Which, in the case of Dresden-Leipzig, it was originally Dresden to Riesa, but with Dresden to Leipzig, you got the extension from Riesa to Leipzig, and you also got the Coastway branch in the Dresden area, which I do like. I know a lot of people hate on Leipzig Dresden, but honestly, I have a lot of time for that route. I think I was asking for a Leipzig extension for quite a few months before the extension got announced, and while I was initially skeptical, I have grown a liking to that route. And plus, that leads me on to the expert BR145 locomotive that trains in Germany have been cooking up, which is releasing later this month, and the preview stream is already scheduled for. We don't know the exact release date, though. Right, let's put you down to 55 and let the train take the strain. That rhymes. So yeah, we do have a pretty... oh, it's not gonna... Right. No, go away. AWS is fine. Driver assist is buggy, man. Okay, slow down. Yeah, anyway. Nope, on. Turn, on. Anyway. Oh yeah, it's because I haven't activated the throttle. I guess I'll bring it in under manual control. The reason it's a 10 limit is because that's where the line comes in from Victoria. Oh, okay. Lighting's doing some funky stuff, but we're good. Yeah. I'm not... This is probably going to be my last video in the 377/3 timetable. Simply because it's not prototypical. In 2018, when this route is set, it was the Class 313 was doing the services to and from Brighton and Seaford, and it wasn't until, like, what, 2023, 2024, the 3773s came in? Oh, wow, okay, we have to slow down now. Okay, the driver assist thinks I've got a penalty brake. Alright, come on, slow down. We need to get down to 10. I do like the handle sounds on this. Very nice indeed. Yeah, we're probably going to be late into Lewis, but who cares? It's my first time driving the 377/3. It's been a long time since I've driven any of the third rail electrics in Train Sim World. Either British or American. Alright, so this is actually a decent use. Hang on. There we go. No, shut it off. Alright. I need to put the speed set all the way down to 10 miles an hour, and this is actually like a good use case for it, I imagine. Bam. Turn it on. There we go. Let the train take the strain. Yeah, we're already late. We do have a red signal, so we got to be careful. The TPWS doesn't penalty brake us. Yeah. There's another 377 over there. Stroke 3, I should say, because the stroke 4 and the stroke 2 both. Yeah. Alright, easy does it. Oh wow, it's making us pull up right to this red signal. Okay, almost a minute late, but... And let's get the DRA on. Oh, never mind. We don't have to do the DRA.
New Haven Town, New Haven Harbour, Bishopston, and Seaford.
Yeah. So after this, we go off. So there goes the line off to Eastbourne. We head down here onto the Seaford branch. And yeah, there's also New Haven Marine, which gets one train a day, empty stock move. And the reason for that is, at the time, the station hadn't been demolished yet, so it needed to have at least one train every 24 hours in order to stay open. So, yeah, it gets one train a day, the 2 Foxtrot 90, 743 to Brighton. But, yeah, other than that, it's entirely disused, and in a a few years ago, the station was entirely demolished, so the tracks there just remain abandoned, as far as I'm aware. I've been really enjoying the new East Coastway Remastered, and I hope you have been, you the viewer have been too, because yeah, it's a decent route. It has the remaster definitely has its flaws, and I'm not discounting them, but yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun to do, to drive on. Alright, almost time to go, and we've actually made up the time from being late, which is very nice. Let's and shut the doors. Wish I could get those driver assist things to go away, but yeah. Alright, turn on the speed set to keep us at 10 miles an hour. Alright, next up, New Haven Town in 5.5 miles. So basically almost like 3/4 of the entire Seaford branch with no stations that we're stopping at. There's the line that comes in from Victoria. Yeah,
Seaford, calling at New Haven Town, New Haven Harbour, Bishopston, and Seaford. The next station is New Haven Town.
I honestly was dithering on getting the East Coastway for years before picking it up. And I must say, despite the flaws that this route very obviously has, I've been having a lot of fun on this line, and it is a underrated route. But I'm not saying that to try and discount any of the bugs that are present. There are definitely bugs present. Okay, wow. Right. Here we go. Horn. I do like the sound of the low tone from the interior. It has a nice reverb to it, which the Armstrong powerhouse sounds from the London to Brighton version certainly don't have. Alright, put you to notch 3. Let's put it to notch 4. It won't wheel slip. Do have a 40 limit going on to the Seaford branch, so it's just disappeared. Okay, that's interesting. Let's go up to 60. What is our legal maximum anyway? Does it say 100? Okay. Oh, okay, that was too far. Okay, actually, let's put it down to 40 since no point accelerating. There we go. There's a lot of quirky services on this line. There's a few freight runs at the 66, a few mileage accumulation runs at the Class 700, a couple of football specials at the Gatwick Class 387, and then a rail tour at the Class 395, and of course the Scotsman rail tour. A couple of Scotsman rail tours, actually. There goes the line to Eastbourne off to our left, while we're heading on to the Seaford branch. Very nice. I am planning on doing the Class 313 in the next video, because that looks like a very nice train to run. Okay. AWS just went off despite a green signal. Very interesting. Up to 70 miles an hour. Does it go down to single track? I assume it does. No, it's double tracked basically all the way until we pass New Haven Harbour. Very interesting. Yeah, this thing is very slow accelerating. It's a bit infuriating. Do like the fog though. Probably, since it is live weather, I suspect that is because we're on England's south coast. The farm crossing there. Do like rail singing. Very nice addition to the route. 4 miles to go. We actually have a station on Midway. What is that? Southeast. Oh, we've chosen one of the services that doesn't stop there. Okay. We're heading all the way to New Haven Town. Okay, we do have to account for that 60 limit going through New Haven Town. No, going through whatever that station is that we're coming up. We're stopping at New Haven Town, I should say. I know a lot of people find this route boring. I actually find it quite peaceful. It's a nice change. Right, slow down, buddy. Whistle board. Nice, we made it down to 60 just in time. Oh, come on, slow down. Stop. Stop it. There we go. Ah! Just hit the wrong button. Sorry, I just... Ah! There we go. Do apologize. Just checking to see that it's recording properly. There we go. I do apologize. I thought I just hit a random collection of keys on my keyboard. And brought up the command prompt screen on my Windows machine. No idea why I did that. I just did. One nice thing about this route is basically solid 60 frames across the entire route apart from Brighton, and that's only because it's a large station with a lot of assets loaded, with a lot of rolling stock loaded. Other than that, it's basically a smooth 60 frames basically everywhere. No major stutters or anything. Right, 1 mile to go. Ooh, that other train just did an that AI train just did its horn at a whistle board. That is so cool. What are the odds of us catching that? That's actually so cool. Alright, we do have a 35 limit, so gotta be careful. Still chugging along nicely. Okay. That's the 35 warning board, so I'll start slowing us down. Notch 2 on the brakes. Let's actually get the speed set down to that as well. So even though we're not using it to slow down for it, might as well adjust the speed set as well. Oh, here's New Haven Aggregates Terminal. On the right hand side, that's where all of the 66 freight services come from. The, like, 10 of them in the whole day. There's not many of them. Beats me why the 66 was even included with this route in the first place. There's not much you can do with it. Wow, that is a big terminal, I must say. No sign of a Class 66, unfortunately. We are slightly early into New Haven Town, so hopefully...
We are now approaching New Haven Town.
There we go. Alright, easy does it. It's hard to believe this route is over 6 years old. It was first released in December of 2019. And then the 313 came out in 2021 sometime. Ooh, nice signal box there on the left. And then... Okay, AWS is not forced to penalty brake. Don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure there's a way to turn that driver assist screen off because it drives me insane and I don't know how to turn it off.
We are now approaching New Haven Town.
Alright, I think we have to go all the way to the end of the platform, yeah, for that S stop marker. We might actually be slightly early for... Coming to a stop, 4 yards away, that's decent. Do you have a yellow signal?
The Southern Service to Seaford, calling at New Haven Harbour, Bishopston, and Seaford.
Yeah, we
The
have...
next station is New Haven Harbour.
So yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3 stations left still to go, and we're not stopping at New Haven Marine, of course. It'd be fun to do the New Haven Marine shuttle at some point, just to see what it looks like. Of course, yeah, you don't even have to open your doors at New Haven Marine, since it's, of course, shut down. Notch 2, away we go. Oh, come on. Stop it. Engage the power, please. Oh, come on, power. Alright, next up, New Haven Harbour in 560 yards. Would you do...
The Southern Service to Seaford, calling at New Haven Harbour, Bishopston and Seaford. The next station is New Haven Harbour.
Can't wait to try out the 313 on this line. Because, yeah, it's be something a bit more retro than this. It's from old British Rail era electric from the 1970s. Oh, nice. There's like a little ferry there. So, yeah, there's New Haven Harbour. And New Haven Marine is right next to that ferry, just to the left of that ferry over there. Turn off the speed set. We're slightly late to New Haven Harbour, but it is what it is. Do you have a red signal that we have to be careful of? I think this is definitely the more interesting run than going to Eastbourne, I must say. Right, easy does it. And on the brakes, 20 seconds late.
New Haven Harbour.
And I need to put the DRA on.
Is the Southern Service to...
Oh wow, we have a railway crossing right here with no barriers. So yeah, here's New Haven Marine. Not much to see. It's completely abandoned. There's a ferry. Oh wow, they've even modeled like the little ramp to go into the ship. That's actually so neat. Oh, and DRA off. Can I go notch 3 without wheel slipping? Yay! I think it's dried out a bit. Very nice. Nice, speed set back on. I go notch 4, I can. There goes the branch off to New Haven Marine.
Southern Service to Seaford, calling at Bishopston and Seaford. The next station is Bishopston.
Oh, nice. Onto single track now. Ooh, seagulls. Right. Let's increase the speed set to 70 and then put it back on. If you increase or decrease the speed on the speed set, it cuts the power, so gotta be careful. Thank you. Right, this is probably the most scenic part of the route. I think I might do. I think I do prefer the Seaford runs over the Eastbourne runs. There's also allegedly there is a bug where the third rail connector shoe doesn't meet the rails. Oh, that one's definitely meeting the rails. So we've got Bishopston and Seaford. Bishopston, okay. All right, 56 miles an hour. Looks like a little farm crossing there. I must say, this is a nice run. You can tell that it used to be double tracked due to the size of the embankment and the placement of the level crossings. There's the sea! That looks really nice. But I must say my favourite bit of southern British coastline... Oh wow, okay, we gotta slow down. Is probably... Oh, what would it be? It would be probably... the little bit from... Willerton down to Minehead on the West Somerset Railway. That is a very scenic little bit of coast. Pity you can't go above 25 miles an hour, but then again, it is a heritage railway. Alright. We are slightly late coming into Bishopston. Bishopston? I don't know. Yeah. We'll have a 15 limit coming into Seaford. On the brakes. 30 seconds late.
This train is the Southern Service to Seaford.
This actually reminds me of the Blackpool South branch, which I have travelled on in real life and in Train Sim World. Except it's third rail electrified, which is very interesting. So cool. Alright, let's do a notch 4 departure just for maximum beans. Speed set is on. Next stop, Seaford.
Welcome aboard the Southern Service to Seaford, calling at Seaford only. The
Alright.
next station is Seaford.
Alright, maximum oomph. This is a really enjoyable run, I must say. But I'll probably enjoy it even more in the 313. Alright. Speed set is off.
We are now approaching Seaford.
Ooh, this looks really nice. Look at this little town we're coming up on. Nice. This is a really nice little town. Okay, I'm just going to say this. I think the Seaford run is far more enjoyable than the Eastbourne run. Pity you can't do any Turbostar services on the Seaford branch, but there you go. That's just the way things are. I have the feeling that my favourite train on this line is going to be the 313. While the 377 is decent, there are some bugs with it, and it's not prototypical for the era the route is set in. Well, yeah. Alright. Gently does it. We are a minute early, so we can afford to take our time with this stop. Plus, we got to be careful because we don't want to go past the buffers and, well, hit the buffers at speed. We can't go past the buffers because it's trains in the world, but... Alright, it's wanting us to go all the way to the end of the platform? Wow. At least we... Excuse me. At least we made up the time from earlier. This actually reminds me of the Wherry lines in Train Sim Classic, even though I don't have that. Oh, wow. Did I just open the doors while we were still moving? Interesting. No one wants to get off? Well, that's your own problem. Welcome to Seaford. Okay. The unload passenger thing's being a bit odd. Let's see if... Right. Okay, there we go. That forced it to work. Okay, I must have opened the doors while we were still moving slightly. Only lost 32.5 points to speeding. Platinum medal, of course. So yeah, that'll be all for this video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss new content when it comes out. Please do consider becoming a channel member. It really does help me out as a content creator, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.